Good morning. Welcome to Options Center. It is Thursday, 10/20/22. Welcome everybody. If you are new here, go down to that bottom right-hand corner, hit that Options Center logo and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you can get these videos whenever I put them out. Also, we're going to do a little bit different type of analysis today because we're kind of pinned on it's options expiration. We're sort of pinned on a price target. And so that's why I have this SPX options expected move, something I look at. If you're not familiar, I'll put the video for a tutorial up above. But we're just oscillating around the 700, 3,700 price area. As you see back here in, I guess, end of September. I don't remember, 3 weeks ago or so. We have 1, 2, 3 weeks. We're on our 4th week in this area. This price was very important. And for this whole month, we've been oscillating around that price. And you can consider it support resistance, but it's a little bit deeper than that. This is something, I can translate this over to the ES as well, since we're in pre-market terms. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but you can consider this, because it's options expiration, sort of like a gamma area, or options expected move is where the options market, there's so much money flowing there. The market makers, they have their positions wrapped around the options expected move. And just to say in simple terms, when we get to one of those expected moves, whether it be the upside, I have it translated to 37.10 here. You see how we're oscillating around it. And then there's a lower end one as well. Well, the market chose the upper end, and that's fine. It's options expected move. It's kind of, as they say on Theo Trade, it's happy place. Okay. I used to be a member of Theo Trade for quite some time, a few years, if you're interested. It was very, very important that I was a part of that. It made me the trader who I am today. So we're at a happy place, and until these options expire on this for the monthly tomorrow morning, then we're probably going to be stuck on here. We need some major events to really pull us off and to break us off at this point. Yes, we can oscillate around it, go higher, go lower, but you see we pretty much end up over and over the same spot. I consider us trying to move down at this point. We broke down from the wedge. Everything's working out. We're just going in slow motion. I do feel like when the pressure is released, that we will continue to the downside primarily. Now, if there is an alternative that we can move to the upside from here, but everything from my technicals points down. And the different thing we're going to do today, we're going to check out NQ. We're going to go on. So we may not see anything really happen today. That's the gist of this conversation. But I do want to show you that we're probably going to be continued to the downside, and we're going to do NQ, the NASDAQ futures. This is the monthly time frame. We're right in confluence with this trend line here. Also the 50 simple and support as well. Everything's headed down in the MACD and RSI. Nothing bullish about it. We have the 8 EMA. We're trending to the downside. And as we look at this, you'll notice that NQ was the leader, really just moving up. Everything just points up. And just it's on a much more steep trend than the SPX or the ES. So most of our pivots are more of rising. You do have levels that are very important, but they're really like in a rising position instead of straight across. So here's the weekly time frame. Now, you notice this ping pong area that I talked about on the ES, we haven't reached it yet. Well, we touched the top of it, but we're not in that zone. So NQ clearly is past that. It was the first ones to get up to this point, and it's the first ones to pass this point. We are fighting with the bottom support, now resistance area, um, as well as the 200 week moving average, which we're above that on ES. So this is leading us down. If this is gonna continue to lead us to the downside, we're gonna get rejected and stay rejected off of this 8 EMA, 200 week, and this resistance here, and not enter back into this ping pong area. Okay, so you see that if we start breaking above it, NASDAQ has to lead it, because without the NASDAQ, this thing ain't going anywhere. On the daily, trend is our friend. Here's a lot more levels here. You see this, like I said, this ping pong area. We're down below it. We got back above, and we're fighting. So we are on the daily. I have this resistance now support a little bit lower, and that's okay. We start to break down from there. These are zones, you guys. They're not exact areas. They're not exact numbers. Remember, they are skewed a little bit more to the downside because the NQ is stretching down there. So it's not just an even zone, so that we can just mark like that. But you see, we're right above. We're fighting with the 8 EMA right now. We're rejected off the 20 simple day moving average. We're looking really bearish. The only thing we have going for us is that we're trying to make a higher low. We made on a lower time frame, we made a higher low and a higher high. So they're trying to keep a trend to the upside for now. But on the daily, we have this lower high, lower high, lower high. So on the daily, we have not changed that trend. Okay. And we'll just check out the 65-minute just to end off here. Not a whole lot more you can see on that, except we had the wedge as well. You can consider this down trend line. We're trying to stay above that. All right, from September, that downtrend line there. It seems to be a little bit important. You can play with it. It's kind of a zone as usual. It can go down a little bit right there. Looks a little bit better when we spike above there. Spike below, spike below. So we're trying to stay above that zone, and that looks sort of bullish that we're breaking out from that point. And so that's something just to keep in mind, that this clearly can go up further, but this is a wedge as well that we're breaking down. So in Elliott wave terms, we had this 3-wave move up that's completed. We're breaking down from this wedge, but this is a consolidation. So maybe this is just a larger A after this three-wave move, B, and perhaps a C a little bit higher to balance out this move. All right, that's all I have for you. I know that it seems we're bearish in the long run. This is a bear market. Surprises are to the downside. We're leaning that way until the market tells us otherwise. So look for a little bit more down movement. If we do start to break levels to the upside, that's when we flip, get out into some cash, and just start scalping maybe to the upside. And that's about it. We'll look for the next short. So thank you for joining us here at Options Tender. Have a wonderful day.